Hello and welcome back to Running Red. As you see, I've only got 2 lives left. That's because I've actually died a few times. But it hasn't all been for naught though, because I have built up a base of sorts here. And it's got a pathway to go back to the original platform, which you recall from last time. And yeah. And I've also gone to the next platform as well. So what I've been doing is really using these blood altars to get a lot of resources. But I think for this video, that's going to take such a long time that, and it has taken me quite a long time in general. What I might do is just get a spade and yeah. One of the things about the sacrificial knife is that you want to. It's all to do with the proximity towards each altar. So you can see that one's going to fill up there. You just want to... Yeah, sometimes it doesn't always reload it, the correct one. Most of the time it seems to work okay though. But yeah, so I'm going to want to get a lot of dirt, I suppose. And instead of just doing it like this, it's going to take a very long time. One thing I will do is just briefly... Right, let's go to the next phase. One thing I will do is briefly look at the book and just sort of update the sort of progress. I'm not quite sure how far I'd got before. I think I was somewhere around here. Yeah, and yeah, I think that's what happened. I just started with the oreberry bushes and I hadn't got anything yet. And I had to get the iron. So obviously I did that, and then yeah, nether furnace I did. Oh yeah, it went around this way actually. The blood is flowing. So I made some fluid ducts. And I made a portable tank. Then I proceeded to yeah, that was we got a water bucket as a reward for going to. For getting stuff, and I've got some bone meal as well. I've actually run out of bone meal, which is a bit unfortunate. And then yeah, so at the moment, how many open quests do we have? This is one I did, the Running Red. This is sort of to get 10 buckets of life essence. So I did that, and yeah, I used the QDS. I've got a fair amount of stuff at the moment. I've got worms, I've got cotton, I've got mandrake, which is a witchery sort of thing. I've also got this, the water artichoke globe, which is obviously some seeds. This is the water artichoke over here. Got various different seeds and stuff. Got some barley, got some wheat, a sheep grew as well. Sheep spawned rather. And yeah, I've just been building up my resources in this sort of fashion. I've got a lot of, well I actually had more than this, but because I've died a few times. But I've got some grass blocks anyway, so that is good. I've got plenty of ore berries as well. But what I want to do now, so yeah, so the quests that are available at the moment, anyway, are solve the dark and down. So I need a diamond because what I'd like to do is make a blood orb. Because I did have one, but I lost it, so that wasn't great. And this for this next section, which is coming up here. You will need some blood runes. Yeah. So how did I want to do this again? Yeah. So to make the blood runes, I'm going to need that diamond because the weak blood orb requires a diamond in the blood altar. Okay, so that should be no problem though. So what I'm going to do is I should have some iron, right? Did I run out of iron? Well, I guess I'll get some stone then. And I'll just make a stone sword. So I've got the wood away from now. So yeah, I do need to make more blank slates. I've actually got a lava crystal, so I could make the lava sigil. The lava crystal is a rare drop that I got from completing one of the quests. I'm trying to think if I lost any other rare drops. So that could actually be quite useful to have that. Don't think I've got too many other rare drops though. At least none that I've actually didn't lose. So let's just talk a little bit more here about what I've actually got. I'm in peaceful at the moment, just because I don't really want to be. Don't want mobs to blow everything up, because they have done already. So this is where the next platform goes to. So I want a couple of spades, I suppose, to get some dirt, and then maybe I can make a spawning platform that will be large enough that I can actually fight some enemies. I could make a spawner, but it's not really in keeping with the way that I actually want to do the map. The way I'd like to do the map is not really so much like that. Alright, so we're going to want a sword now. Any sticks though? Nope. Okay. We'll just grab a little more wood. I made a second one of these. See, I did make the blood orb already, but when I died I actually lost it. That was probably the most valuable item I lost during the few deaths I had. Alright. So I guess... yeah, the idea I think is I'm just going to try to have a decent land mass. Get some spawning maybe. I'm going to put a few more items away that I don't need. I'll probably keep these apples on me. Sacrificial knife is a very valuable item. Don't want to lose that. A lot of the other stuff is not so valuable. I did actually have some iron armor as well. Let's just go check. This is so we've got a little area over here. Yeah, some of them have actually. I've actually got a few more bushes I should have put down. Something I'd like, but it's quite hard to access these things. So. How much iron did we get? So, if we recall, it's 2 for each oreberry. See, I wouldn't mind that, but to get that, I'll need the pulverizer, and that unfortunately requires redstone and glass, neither of which I have. There may be an issue with the sieve, because when I click the sieve, obviously you can get certain things, but when I click it, I'm not seeing any recipes for it. Which obviously, if I could start sieving stuff. Similarly for the barrel. So we can't do stuff like this. There is actually snow around though, so we can get pretty much. We've got a pretty good source of water here. I'm thinking about the squeezer. This seems to say that you actually get refractory wax, and do you really just get tin straight from water? That would be interesting if you did. But yeah, I mean, I've got, so I need a sword as well, I think. We'll get an iron sword, I think. May as well now we've got the. Yeah, just grab this. Yeah. So the aim, I think, will now be to go to the next area. Oh, because I'd like to see there's snow here, so I can get water. Let's see if I've got anything particularly useful on me. I did actually get a bow, but I've got no feathers. There is actually a chicken on the other island, I think. You see, the more grass I have around here, the better, I suppose. One thing I will say, though, is that the advantage of starting low means that I could, in theory, start from that height and then go all the way across at that height. I mean, that would take a lot of work, but it all depends how much faster I can get these things to run at. If I can't get them to run much faster, then there's not going to be much point in doing that. So what I'm going to do now, like I said, I haven't really got enough iron to do a huge amount. I'm just checking to see if we can make any better. Is there anything else we can make stuff out of? Yeah, you see, I haven't gone down the... yeah. There are certain avenues I think I could go down, but I haven't. But I think I'm just going to risk it just to go without armor to try to get these kills. Yeah, I think that's. I mean, it's all I can really think of doing at this point. We may actually have some mobs as well. Really, what I'd like the transport to be is sort of this system. You see, I wouldn't mind an ender pearl. If we get some elevators and stuff, we might be able to start doing some stuff maybe with mob traps as well. Doesn't be. All right, let's go. Let's go on this side then. We've got some shovels. We're going to need to get some dirt anyway. You see, these platforms they're very shallow. There's very little I can actually do with them. Yeah, I'd like to have small blocks, but oh well. I'm just going to fill in some of these areas where there's a few explosions. And we can grab some more snow, I guess. Like I say, this platform is fairly precarious at this stage. I'm trying to think because I know what's on the other side. And basically, there's a villager and a chicken. So I think it might be a good idea to have some fences. So let's just very briefly. One thing I don't think I actually checked was this. You do get infested leads. I was wondering if that was going to actually happen. It is a slower process. So I probably would be better off using the crit. Now let's I'm going to want some fences though, like I say. I don't want to get sidetracked all the time. So fences. So for fences, we're going to need to put in a decent amount of wood here. We'll just get our. Try and put in the knife in that one, but sometimes forget. Just try and get the right angle. Sometimes it's just a little bit fiddly. I did get an egg as well. That was from a chicken. So, and I believe eggs are actually very valuable. So. Yeah. And where will my X go? Might have broken it. Alright. So you can actually get this process done quite fast actually. Especially with 3 of them. You can get a decent amount fairly quickly. You just sort of go on a sort of rotation policy and constantly kind of update. Problem is, I do have this gap here. I'm not quite sure because it's very, this is literally right below this. There's nothing. But I would like to sort of try and figure out a way to connect all this up, make this a bigger structure. I'm not necessarily so interested in having a spawner and doing the big, the big drop thing with the water and all that stuff. Alright, so we want fences. That's not fences. I'm just trying to think about how I'm going to do this. Alright, so what I think I've sort of decided on here. Alright, that'll be enough fences, and then the rest I want to make into the ladders. And that'll be enough ladders, okay. So I think I've got a pretty good idea now. Alright, we'll leave the sacrificial knife because that's the one item that we cannot leave. We'll chuck a few other things in here as well. Keep the bread on us. I've got no arrows, so that's useless. And we'll take a couple more torches. Leave the wood behind. Probably could do more copper as well. So we'll just plant these bushes. Was there only one? I may as well just plant some more bushes in. I think I've got enough tin. We're not got any more copper bushes. No, for some reason they haven't propagated the copper bushes, so none of the others have. I'm not sure why that is. No. I've got things like some mandrake root. You can get seed oil out of quite. What a recipe for squeezer then, I wonder. See, it's all about the glass, and I just don't have this. I think there may be a way. You see this? The mechanism way may work. And I have actually used mechanism. So that may be the next port of call. I'm not sure quite yet. Right, but I've got nothing of particular value here. I'm going to want a few torches. Well, put a sapling down as well. Alright, let's choose a random spot here. Alright, so I've got my ladders. So, alright, so now I'm going to explain what I'm going to do here. I should close this up there. Alright, that will do it, I guess. Right. Right. Okay. So yeah, I mean, ideally I'd like to have this. I mean, the thing is, I can't remember if you can place rail tracks on here, because I'd like to probably have a rail track thing, and then with the flying rail track thing, but I'd like the angle not to be like a ridiculous, like, you know, like bell shape, but more like a, you know, like a smoother line, just going up. You just go up, up, and then you peak, you know, very close to a horizontal line. That'd be what I'd like to do. Obviously, this is a bit too precarious as well. But the distances are quite far, so I quite like the route I've gone here, though. And obviously this is a snowy biome, so all this snow can make water. So that's something to keep in mind. So having water sources, not necessarily so valuable. Alright, I'm going to have to be careful though. You can see we've got a lot of dirt here. I'm obviously in peace for the moment because I don't want things to fuck up at this point. So anyway, we can see, right, this is a huge structure. It goes down all the way to, it looks like almost to bedrock, which means there's going to be a lot of resources, which means I'm not going to have to, yeah, which means there's opportunities basically. So let's just jump over here. I'm not going to open it up yet. We've got a chicken in there. I'm not sure what's going on with this. I'm not sure if this chicken is going to move. So let's think about how to do this. I get the feeling if I just leave it like this, will this melt? It might not melt. Not if I don't put any torches near it, right? But I am going to put torches near it. Because my main concern is the spawning of enemies up here. If a zombie spawns there, he'd be able to get down, won't he? Doesn't strike me as too bad. I could just make it safer though, couldn't I? I mean, if I just block him in completely, then there's literally then you're sort of taking away any sort of sense of chance, I suppose. He's not. I'm just thinking. That's always the way, isn't it? I don't know why they do that. But anyway, I'm not going to focus on that. What I am going to focus on is getting down to the middle of this structure. Yeah, I've got no torches, but that's okay. Yeah, I mean it would have been slightly better maybe, but honestly, have I got it on brightness? I get a feeling you can see on brightness anyway. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to normal. Because even if there's a creeper explosion, I may be able to survive. And we'll be able to get a lot of resources, that's for sure. But I would like torches, but at the same time, there's no point using torches because I can't actually use them. Oh my word. What does this thing do? Well, that actually looks pretty useful. So I can't make it. I think this chicken may die. But I have got enough, I've got a lot of grass, so eventually in theory, if I played this map for a while. Alright, let's try and get somewhere with this. It's not really a particularly good method, is it? Of trying to get stuff. But I mean, to be honest, I could almost just hollow out this thing and then just build the trap anyway. But I'd like to see if I can actually just get some random spawns here. I mean, I should be able to, right? I mean, there's going to be enough spawning area. And there's a good chance the spawns won't be above ground as well. Because where can they spawn? I put torches up in a lot of the spawning places above ground. So that's really the aim, to try to get the spawns down here. Because even a creeper attack would probably be okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, perhaps if I had iron armor, it would definitely be okay. So I'm taking a little bit of a risk. Where the fuck are these guys coming from? Why is it always... this must be a... What the fuck is going on? That is so weird. To get that many witches in a row. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. That's too unlike. That's yeah. I might have to change my plan actually, because that just doesn't happen like that, does it? Hmm. Yeah, that can't have happened like that. But hey, at least I've got some dirt anyway. Oops. That's like it. So, hmm. Alright. Well, that's a bit better platform now. But yeah, still a lot of work to do on these platforms and all that stuff. So it looks like that area is witches only, basically. But I know for a fact that the area over here is not. So what I think I'll do, see, this area is actually quite nicely blocked off. And in fact, I don't even need like these blocks here at all. I don't think so anyway. I don't think they're really doing anything. So the question is how to get up here. And I seem to be struggling a bit with the door situation. Because in a sense, if I had a spawning platform here, I could retreat back in here. The problem is that underneath here is... yeah. It would be interesting to see if I get another chicken, actually. Then I can just get a load of arrows. This might have to be the spawning platform. Although I am tempted just to do the spawner way up in the sky. It's just because I only need 5 creepers and 5 zombies. It's not enough to make a whole spawner. But maybe better utility, I'm not sure. I just think I can get away with just having just trying to fight some enemies here. Maybe if I could get arrows. It's interesting that you can actually make fletching with leaves. But yeah. So anyway, that's sort of like a little update about how far I've got. We'll see if I can get any further in the coming episodes. So yeah, thanks for watching.